Hey boys and girls, I'm going to show you an option to our 1-point perspective, kind of an abstract way to do it. If you're an abstract person like me, you might want to try this. We're going to still use the rules of perspective. I'm not going to draw a horizon line, but I'm going to draw multiple vanishing points. So I'm going to put a couple of different vanishing points around my paper. They can be anywhere, the four corners, kind of in between, wherever you feel like it. And I'm going to start off drawing some circles. I'm going to start off by just drawing 5 shapes. I'm going to draw, I really like these small circles in this one. I'm going to do one larger one. And then I'm going to draw a couple of squares. And I'm going to use my ruler to kind of draw a little bit bigger square, I think. But definitely want to use your ruler for drawing these, or use a shape that is a perfect like square or rectangle shape. And then I think I'm going to do one more over here. Whatever shape you feel like. Then you're going to do what you know, which is connect these to the vanishing point. Now I put a vanishing point here, here, and here. So you would think that this one would go there, this one would go here, and this one would go here, these two might go here. That would be really easy, but and maybe not as interesting as you think. So you got to decide which one's going to be like the most forward thing. I think the bigger one in my case is going to be. So I'm going to line this side up, and I'm going to draw to this vanishing point instead, not the one that's closest. And this is going to really develop an interesting kind of space here by kind of stretching out the lines of perspective here. So I've got that one there. So now it kind of overlaps this one a little bit. So it's kind of like this one is also more forward really because of that. I might even, I might do this, instead of this vanishing point here, I might even move it over here because I kind of want to draw this one over this way. So I'll draw this one here. And we're doing this project inspired by the artist Fernand Léger, who I like. He kind of does some cool things with perspective, or it just really looks industrial and kind of with three-dimensional, a lot of three-dimensional type of shapes. So this one here, let's see, this one here actually, I'm going to make a new one over here. And I'm going to draw this one, but not through, all the way over here. And I'm going to do on my squares, I'm going to do, in rectangles, I'm going to do just the 3 that are, or whatever, uninterrupted to the vanishing point in terms of the corners. But of course this is in front. Now this suddenly feels like definitely there's space because of this. So this one, not sure. This one I kind of want to go over here. I'll wait on that other one. So this one's going to go here uninterrupted, and this one over here is going to run into that square. So suddenly that feels kind of interesting. This one, I already have it overlapping this, so I may actually draw through this and let this be in front. I'm going to take my eraser and kind of erase that corner. And then this one, I think I'll make it go to that one, even though it's fairly close. And technically that corner is still there. Even though I erased it, I'm going to still use that corner of that square to draw this side, even though I'm only going to start here. I'm starting because it was hidden because of this section here of this shape. So I've got some good shapes, and my paper's small enough that I don't really think I need more 3D shapes right now. I've just drawn 5. That's pretty good. You could do any. You could do triangles, stars, whatever you want. I kept it simple, but I want to make this look more interesting too. So I may just use a bigger circle to add something in the background. And just trace this until it runs into something. Only part of it, not the whole circle, just a curve there. I kind of like that. And I also like how Leger sometimes has like what looks like to me, reminds me of like a color wheel kind of, or a palette that has a bunch of kind of radiating shapes coming from somewhere. And I'm not measuring it to a certain vanishing point, but I'm just kind of making those kind of shapes. I also like how he sometimes does where he might have some kind of shape, and I might just kind of make this almost like a little snake that comes off and back on again and off. But I'm going to make it thick. I want you to imagine that this is like kind of a snaky thing. And then I'm going to make this look like a cylinder, and to do that I'm going to start here. I'm going to make curves, curved lines, which help give it the feeling that it's like a cylinder, or like a kind of like a wire or a group of wires or a big pipe type of thing. So I'm going to keep going with that all the way around. Like that. That will be fun to color in a little bit. And then I also like how I'm thinking he used sometimes some checkerboard. So I might just kind of do a real quick checkerboard. I like to do both sides of my ruler because it's a 2-inch ruler. This dark line here, it divides the ruler in half into 1 inch and 1 inch if it was split in half. So I'm going to slide this over and line up my dark red on that line I just drew. When I draw here and here, then I've got myself 1 inch stripes. And one more over here. And then I'm going to go this direction, and if I line up those dark reds on here, I will get basically 1 inches, or keep it very perpendicular to that, and it will look like a real, and I'm lining it, that dark red up right there to get that real perpendicular looking line. So I've got some perfect, lining it up on that line there, the dark red at the middle of my ruler to get those perfect squares. So I've got a little grid there. I like that. And I tend to like to break up my spaces, so I may want to, I don't know. Sometimes I just like to make some lines to divide some things up. Maybe I just do 1, 2, 3 here. And maybe I even extend this all the way off that circle. This line's kind of bothering me. I'm gonna change that angle a little bit of that one. I'm gonna make it a little bit more this way, I think. There we go. I like that better. And then over here, this is fine. This is a good space to color later, and these here look pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to outline this with either black Sharpie or black Pitt pen. I'll decide what that is here in a minute. So you can see part 2 here in just a few minutes. The next time you see it, it will be outlined. Good luck.